over the years that really people have been like, wow, that's kind of a cool technique. And I'm like, okay, I didn't know, but wanted to share it. So valuable. Anybody? Good? Okay, good. A lot of head nods. Okay, good. I'll keep presenting that and keep using that then. So that's good feedback. Okay, 3 quick sourcing techniques when taking on a new assignment. These are ones that spin for agency. On the corporate side, it's vital, vital, vital. The first one, when I was a headhunter, I used to say, I used to get them to laugh. I'd say, hi, my name's Jim Schnyder. Some people refer to me as a headhunter, and they start laughing. They're like, you really call yourself that? So one of the things when I was doing training with management recruiters is that they always wanted me to ask for the resumes or information on the last top 5, like the top 5 hires of the last 3 top performers. And get their resumes if you can. And the big thing I would always say is, okay, you can white out the name, or you delete the name. Just give me the data on who this person is. I don't need to know their name. I don't need to know where they, a little bit more about them. But I want to know the resumes of their top 3 performers. On a corporate side, I then reverse engineer, right? I look at keywords, organizations. And I'm telling you this because if you've ever been, you work this desk, somebody's gone, somebody leaves, and you're asked to take over this search or an assignment or whatever, and you're like, I have no freaking clue how to do this. This is a technique that you can quickly spin. I use this one when I'm working with customers that are brand new for the first time, like I've never worked with them before, or I take over a new function, because the resumes usually never change. It's just the function I'm working with. So I usually know I can back into the keywords, the organizations, the certifications, any LinkedIn groups. I ask them about that stuff, and then I try to find out if there's any groups that I want to become members of out there. The other is I also ask them, who's the top consultant that you know? Kind of the hired gun that's the best person that you know that's out there. We aren't going to be able to hire them because they're making too much darn money. But I want to talk to them because I want to know, 1, network with them, but 2, I want to know, what's the best place to post a job? Like April, I don't think April's in the room. April and I did this on a recent search that was one that we usually do marketing and sales, and somehow we got doing this R&D job where we were looking for somebody who's doing research and development, innovation, and they had to be an industrial designer. And I've never looked for an industrial designer, so I had no clue. So we ended up talking to somebody who was up in New York, who was this top consultant, and he said, hey, why don't you post a job on this niche site where all of the industrial designers go to look for their jobs. I was like, I would have never found that. I mean, I like to say I'm pretty good at surfing the net and finding different things and finding different job pools, but this one would not have come up. It had a French name, which I can't remember it anymore, but so also ask them, hey, any keywords, anything that I'm looking for, what would you see? I actually asked this guy, would you review some resumes for us? And he was like, yeah, no problem. I was surprised. I was like, you got to be kidding me. But this guy actually, because he was a friend of this person, offered to help out and said he would, if I sent some good resumes, and I also let this person know that here's why you want to give me this consultant's name, is here's 2 of the things. I'm going to try to save you time from me presenting you these dog resumes. I'm going to get some good ones to you. And then use the ATS and AIRS techniques to hunt and do all that. Then the last thing is that the person that's exiting, we use this all the time with our ATS. We actually have something that says, find more like these. I don't know if you guys have that, but on Amazon, you click on that book and it says, people who bought this book like this book. So what we have done actually is, I'll get immediately the first thing I ask of, I want to get the resume of the person that's exiting the group. Because I know pretty much if I find another person that's got a background like that, there's a heck of a good chance they may be a fit. So there is a technique to use more like this. So just want to let you know that's a technique that you can use out there. Okay? Basic stuff, but sometimes we forget to ask the question. All right, I have one slide on this. My recommendation for resume agents and stored searches basically is to have them, you guys probably do this as well, you know, you use any of the spiders or the resume agents that go out at night. Whoa, how'd that happen? And if you're using stored searches or whatever of your ATS or of your web systems, or if you're using AIRS like Oxygen or any of those tools, Search Station or whatever, what you'll want to do is make sure you have them pointed to personal folders. I see so many people internally on the corporate side that have them pointed into their job pools. I'm like, don't do that. No way. You're clouding up your candidate pool with your OFCCP compliance. You have to go through and do all this stuff. So keep them in a different spot. Definitely, definitely. Okay? And that is about what I've got. So there's some information on me. My middle name, it's William, so my email address is jim.w.schneider@fritolay.com. So wanted to open it up if there are any questions.